Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. Peace and blessings to those who elect or willing we be a part of that number. I'm the brother Qadar from the G-Men's Bench from Chicago, coming back for another video. This video is going to be entitled "The Flotilla Situation is putting worldwide worldwide attention on Amalek." Okay, and if you don't know about the flotilla, it's a well, first and foremost, definition of a flotilla is it says a fleet of ships or boats, and this was a humanitarian aid for the inhabitants of Gaza. All right, because we know what the Amalekites are doing to those people in that land. And what they're doing to the world, worldwide, man. And the whole world sees the suffering of those people, and shit, that's our land, man. So we're not necessarily sympathizing for them, but what Esau is doing it is cruel, and the whole world is coming against him, saying like, dude, what the fuck you doing, man? Even nations in the NATO and EU, so you got a bunch of humanitarian aid ships with U.S. citizens, with Greek citizens, with French citizens, okay, Belgium, and other countries as well, you got this Greta Thunberg chick, she's an activist. She was also a part of the ships, which they snatched her up, detained her, and they deported her and some others, man. So I got 3 quick articles. It won't be long at all. Just going into this, because everyone is realizing, or everyone knows, that these small hatters are a bunch of demons, man. All right. If you can't tell these people are, if you can't see that these people are the Edomites, then you just blinded. It says Amalek deports Greta Thunberg and 170 Gaza flotilla activists amid new abuse allegations. Spanish lawyer Rafael Borrego, who was detained along with other activists from the Gaza-bound Summit flotilla, said Israeli prison service staff beat us, dragged us along the ground, blindfolded us, tied our hands and feet, put us in cages, insulted us. You could read the rest, but I'm not paying for it. Which is why I got more articles as well. All right, this is from the Irish Times. This is really the main point right here. Okay. And then you got the world's reaction on the third one. Okay, so it says Irish flotilla detainees deported by Amalek amid claims for violence, aggressive treatment. Sounds like Esau. It says 16 Irish citizens detained by Amalek during an interception of the Global Summit flotilla have been released and are on their journey home. The tenace Simon Harris said some of the Irish citizens have told lawyers, Some of the Irish citizens have told lawyers representing them how they suffered aggressive treatment and violence in Amalek custody, including being kicked when trying to go to sleep, and now are being kept in a notorious desert prison. It says in a statement on Monday afternoon, Global Movement to Gaza Erie said the Irish flotilla participants' flight has left Tel Aviv and will land in Athens, Greece today, Monday. All right, which is today. It says participants will then travel homewards on 3 separate flights from Athens to Dublin today and tomorrow. Then they start to name them. Okay, let me see. These websites are weird, man. It's so stupid shit there. It says lawyers from Adala, a legal center that defends Palestinians and I don't want to say that word, man, because they got this. I'm gonna just say in that land, okay? Because they got the algorithms. It says have met and represented 10 out of the I'm gonna just say little hats. I like the Elder Malcolm mentioned. It says represented 10 out of the 16 detained Irish citizens since they were taken from their boats and brought to Israel. They were detained in Kitsa prison, a large detention facility usually used for Palestinians in the Negev desert, though it is unclear whether they are within main jail or in separate part used for immigration cases. All right, so let me see. Yep, I'll read this point right here. It says, among 9 members of the flotilla who arrived home in Switzerland, some alleged sleep deprivation, lack of water and food, as well as some being beaten, kicked, and locked in a cage. The group representing them said in a statement, right, they like, you Goyim, how dare you interfere in us committing genocide? How dare you help these people, you know, that we're trying to ethnically cleanse. Okay. I always struggle with saying that word, man. Okay, that's Amalek for you. How dare you fight back? How dare you stop us? Okay. It says Spanish activists also alleged mistreatment on their arrival in Spain late on Sunday after being deported. They beat us, dragged us along the ground, blindfolded us, tied our hands and feet, put us in cages, and insulted us. Okay. It says Swedish activists on Saturday claimed that climate campaigner Greta Thunberg was shoved and forced to wear an Israeli flag during her detention, while others said they had clean water and water withheld, had their medications and belongings confiscated. Okay. It says Amalek's Little Hat's foreign ministry has described widespread reports of detainees being mistreated after the flotilla was intercepted as complete lies. Of course they were going to claim that. You know? Yep. Yeah, but that was the point of that. Now, let me read this third article. It says how the world is responding to Amalek's, the Little Hat's interception of the Gaza flotilla. It says, Salakia. It says the Little Hats has intercepted the global summit flotilla while en route to Gaza, leading to a swift criticism from global leaders as protesters gather in cities around the world, including Istanbul, Athens, Buenos Aires, Rome, Berlin, and Madrid, to condemn the raid. It says at least 44 countries were representing in the 500-person flotilla, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Belgium, Spain, Malaysia, Turkey, and Colombia. So these are people all around the world, you know, going to assist those Palestinians. Okay. It says reactions from world leaders have ranged from outright condemnation to call for the Little Hats to provide their detainee citizens with access to consular services. All right, this the Palestinians response. It says it condemns Amalek's attack and aggression against the Global Summit Flotilla in a post on X. The Global Summit Flotilla has the right of free passage in international waters. All right. This is on. They made their way there through the Mediterranean. All right. It says, and Amalek must not interfere with its freedom or navigation, long recognized under international law. It added. All right. It says Turkey's Ministry of Foreign Affairs called Amalek's intervention an act of terrorism that violated international law and endangered the lives of innocent civilians. Okay. The ministry said the Little Hat's actions also demonstrated that the fascist and militarist policies pursued by the genocidal Netanyahu, all right, Bibi Milkowski, all right, which is from New York, you know, it says government which has condemned Gaza to famine are not limited to Palestinians. All right, it says Malaysia. It says Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim called for immediate release on Malaysia's citizens. All right, he said on the X, all lawful and legal grounded measures to hold Amalek responsible. Let's look at South Africa. Um, oh yeah, I also forgot about that. Nelson Mandela's grandson was also on those ships. So you got quote unquote political figures, activist figures, so to say. All right. Let's see. Trying to read the good responses. Don't want to waste too much time. Pakistan, Ireland. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has condemned what he called a dastardly attack. Let's go into that word. Wicked and cruel. Damn. I'm going to have to screenshot that. Wicked and cruel. Dastardly. Okay. Yeah, it says by Little Hat forces on the flotilla, saying that he was praying for safe release of those detained. Sharif said the barbarity must end. Peace must be given a chance, and humanitarian aid must reach those in need. Okay? Hey, Esau is a barbaric. He's the wild man. Okay? And the whole world is realizing it. Okay? So, let me see if I can find a few more. Let me just go grab these precepts. Let me read these two. It says, as I watch Amalek's illegal abduction of the only humans who have risked their lives to break Amalek's unlawful blockade, my thoughts are with the people of Gaza trapped in Amalek's killing fields. Albanese wrote on X, shame on Western governments first and foremost and their complicit inaction. Right, because they're in league with them. Amalek owns them. So they have to go with it. Look at this dude, Trump. All right? So, but the whole world is realizing that this dude is the devil. He can't even hide it no more, bro. You know, let's go to this Habakkuk 2 and 15. He can't hide it no more. All right, it says, woe unto him that give... I'm going to start at verse 16. 15 is good as well. All right, it says, that are filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned to thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All right, so Esau is getting no more glory, man. All right, his glory is being exposed to be nothing but lies and frauds. Okay, and he is being shown and revealed to be a violent, a raper, robber, and a murderer, a rapist, robber, and a murderer, man. Okay, that's what Esau Edom is being exposed as. Okay, he's not looked at as the innocent man, or the peaceful man anymore. All right, like he tries to use that social construct word for white, you know, when he's the most wicked. He's dastardly. All right, that's how I'm gonna start using that word. He's dastard. All right, he's wicked and cruel to the whole earth. Okay, he rules it with violence. All right, he's as a matter of fact, let me grab this. Let me see, real quick. That's Isaiah 14 and 6. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 4. Isaiah 14 and 4. It says, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Right, Esau. That's talking about Esau. He ruled the nations in anger, man. Look at how he treats these people, his subjects. Look at how he treats the earth. Okay? Everything is polluted under this devil. All right, and what's funny about it is that even though he controls the news stations, okay, and pushes out his own propaganda, he can no longer control the narrative no more. All right, that's why they want to get rid of TikTok. All right, that's why TikTok just changed owners. That's why he want to get rid of the internet on purpose. Okay, one of the Rothschilds claimed creating the internet was a big mistake. Okay, because now he can't control the narrative anymore. Now the whole world realizes he's the devil. Okay, so hey, this is beautiful to watch, man. It's only going to increase. All right, because something's gonna happen, because the scripture talks about the beast shall hate the whore. So we're watching that turning point of these other nations. They like, man, America, fuck y'all, man. Y'all letting these niggas get away with everything, anything and everything, man. So we're seeing that turning point. So when we start to see America's allies get frustrated and turn away from them, okay, we in the last days, man. We getting closer and closer. Okay, so like, if that was kind of all over the place, but just something that was on my spirit, I had to put on wax, man. So Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai Ba'Shem Kakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all for elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Shalom. Kwame Asharala. Wa Baba.